Welcome to another video yet again. China stocks are continuing to surge in their biggest single day rally since 2008, their biggest day in the last 16 years. Why is this happening? Basically, they had this very big stimulus package, including rate cuts and basically just a lot of different terms and actions that will boost the entire economy in China, which has been struggling. This is very big, guys. So with all this happening and this being the theme in the market, I do have a very small, very tiny 1 million share China related penny stock. Basically the only one left, the only micro float China based play that has not ran yet, that can go absolutely parabolic. I actually added some myself because there's no reason why this one shouldn't be up, considering the very small float and every other penny stock is China based play is running right now and last week, and this one is still yet to have that run, is starting to get noticed. So this is one you have to see. And guys, we do have some very key events with Tesla, which is having some very key delivery numbers coming out on Wednesday. Basically, if they beat these expectations, Tesla will have a very big rally. And this is very important because I have a $1 penny stock, one trading at 96 cents that has Tesla, an $830 billion company, as their main customer, which accounted for over 50% of their revenue for the last quarter. Something you have to realize is we do have this historic robo-taxi event coming in 10 days, which is 1 week later after these very key delivery numbers come out. So with all this happening, I do have a robo-taxi sympathy play, which is the one I'm talking about, this tiny 96 cent stock that is trading near a very key weekly support bounce area. And nearly all new Tesla EVs sold in the US come with a paid membership to this penny stocks, their streaming service, which is completely paid for by Tesla. Make sure you watch this entire video. I will be showing you a very exclusive, time-sensitive penny stock, a $20 million company trading at $2 that just received a cash buyout offer for all outstanding shares for just around $4 per share, which is basically double the amount of the current stock price. And keep in mind, this is a $2 penny stock that has $605 million of estimated lifetime contract value in production and awarded, plus an additional $300 million of identified new opportunities. Also have established a 35-year long-term relationship with Boeing, a $113 billion company, is in a very good aerospace and defense sector, as well as much more. So you have to stick around to see this very exclusive play. First off, we do want to talk about that could possibly have a squeeze based on this China theme and this rally. This one hasn't ran yet, ticker TIRX. Now looking at the chart, currently trading at $2.07. The chart does look good. This is not a long-term investment. Obviously, any of these penny stocks are usually not long-term investments. Now, some of these can be swings, long-term swings, if there's no dilution and catalysts, and their financials are looking good. Just depends on a lot of different things. But as for myself with ticker TIRX, which is a tiny 1 million share float play, currently has 84,000 in total volume. So once this one does get noticed, as this theme is still going, we just had ticker DUO completely squeezed this morning, and we had a lot of China tickers squeezed last week. Looking at the daily chart, it doesn't have much resistance to worry about here. So this one should be very attractive to retail traders. We do have the 200 MA basically up here, so that could act as resistance if we did have a squeeze. And basically just is one that I did pick up myself, just because we've seen all these other China tickers, these low float plays run that are in this theme, and this one, like I said, still has not seen a very big move yet. So I do think it is possible. I could always be wrong, guys. I'm not a financial advisor, but this is just what I'm doing, giving you trading ideas. And I did pick some up myself, but that's all I have with ticker TIRX. Now we have to look at ticker LVO, which is Live One Inc., which basically is the robo-taxi play I am talking about. Let's look at the chart really quick, because I did cover this one in the past. At this point, we were making lower highs. We're in a downtrend, but we did actually come above this trend line and break it, as we did hold over a key resistance level, but ultimately did end up coming back down. I think demand did die out. Now I'm looking at this one again, because this is basically fits the theme based off Tesla, as it is reaching a very key weekly bounce area. down 10% today looks like a very good option, as it usually does bounce from this 92-cent level. I did think, I actually did try to hold this psychological support, or it really didn't even hold at $1 at all. Basically did not even bounce from that area. So this is approaching this bounce area, is nearing the 52-week low. 52-week low is sitting at 84 cents. And the 52-week high is sitting at $2.15. So basically could see a very big bounce on the technicals. And basically we have to talk about some updates. So let's talk about their massive revenue capabilities. So in 2018, they only did $7 million in revenue. This 5x'd. Just 1 year later, they did $34 million in revenue. This doubled 2 years later to $65 million in 2021. And they're actually predicting this basically anywhere from $114 million to $120 million for 2024. So something that I really like about this stock as well is their revenue every quarter for the last few quarters, the last 5 quarters, revenue has seen steady improvement. Keep in mind, you always add 3 zeros to these numbers, but we did 27 million. Just look at these last, few quarters. Revenue has continued to go up just from the quarter ending 3/31, did $31 million in the quarter that just came out. The most recent quarter did over $33 million in revenue. And in the most recent quarter, they did lose $1.1 million in revenue. So they are basically very close to breaking even if they do work on their margins. And something very big just happened, which can help with that, as well as future revenue growth and improvement. LiveOne, ticker LVO, launched their price increases for their Plus and Premium membership plan. So LiveOne Plus annual price increased to $39.99, $40, which is a $4 per subscriber increase. So this is something big that just came out basically earlier in the month. So LVO is an award-winning creator-first music, entertainment, and technology platform. Also, they are in the podcast industry, as they do have a subsidiary that is a publicly owned company, and they do have podcasts as well. So a very big market in this streaming service, basically entertainment industry, and much more. Looking at the end of 2023, their total members were sitting at 3.5 million. Now, looking at this latest update, as of August of this year, total membership surpassed 3.9 million. So members are only continuing to go up, and their memberships are increasing as well. So I really do like LVO. They do have a very big opportunity in this market. LiveOne Premium monthly price increased by $1. Price adjustments will support future product innovation and enhanced content experiences. And then just recently have been very active with their PRs, and they did see this very big dip. So we are expecting a bounce once we do develop support. Probably should see a bounce around this level. So that's why we're watching this one. Plus, if Tesla does run and we see sales pick up with interest rates coming, we see more sales in the US, obviously that will boost their revenue. And they did just increase their membership plans as their revenue is seeing record highs. So guys, you can follow me on Twitter or X at 6K_investor. I do post some small cap trading ideas, as well as some OTC and penny stock plays and option plays as well. Ticker LVO owns 73% of ticker PODC, PodcastOne, which does contribute to a good amount of revenue on their financial statements, because basically they do own 73%. So this is a leading advertiser supported podcast company offering a 360-degree solution for both content creators and advertisers. So PodcastOne has now been featured in over 1 million Tesla EVs. Something very big is PodcastOne has over 600 million yearly downloads, with 350 plus episodes produced weekly. Currently, they have over 100 new episodes in the pipeline, and check this out, do have over 10 different potential acquisitions. Looking at this overview, PodC was number 10 ranked in Podtrack's podcast industry's top published rankings for January of 2024. Their website for their podcast division, PodcastOne.com. You can check it out. does have a wide variety of podcasts right here, as you can see. It looks like their fiscal year does end on March 31st. They did $118 million in revenue and basically lost $12 million. But for the most recent quarter, profitability, they almost broke even. That's something they do need to work on, but revenue has seen steady growth. Like I said, they do have a lot of catalysts. And basically, like I said, their main customer, which they rely on for more than 50% of their revenue, is Tesla. So that is one big thing to realize. If Tesla, basically, if their sales pick up in the US, their deliveries pick up in the US as well, this directly benefits ticker LVO. So a very rare situation. And looking at their debt or their balance sheet, they do have $7 million cash on hand, $63 million in total assets, with $67 million in total liabilities. This ticker EMKR. I did call this one at $1.34, and just today it did reach a high of $3.50. It's currently trading at $2.05, still up 70% for the day. This is a ticker to watch because MOBX, which is a company trading on the NASDAQ, submits an all-out cash offer to acquire ticker EMKR. Now, this is very significant right here because they want to acquire all of EMKR's outstanding shares for $3.80 per share in cash. So basically that means if you are a shareholder, to my understanding, because this is an all-out cash offer, you would receive $3.80 per share if you are basically a shareholder of EMKR, and this does go through, which is a very big premium, which is pretty much double the current $2 stock price, or much higher than the stock price, almost double. One thing to realize is this is a non-binding agreement and just an offer right now, but is one to watch. Does have a lot of potential if that does happen. Now, a non-binding agreement means there's no repercussions or fees paid if the deal were to basically not go through. But as you can see, it did have that very big gap to fill from basically $1.40 all the way to just under $3. Told you it was very possible that we could fill this gap when volume does come in, and if it did hold over that very key resistance wall, and that's exactly what happened. It does have this gap to fill all the way from, if it does hold over this level right here, this resistance at 145, or just holds over just around the 145 area, just over that, potentially if volume comes in, could see a very nice gap fill all the way to, I don't know if it's going to happen, but definitely does have a chance to have a very nice run once it does enter this range and hold over it. So a very massive gainer from $1.34 all the way to a high of $3.50. So we do have that very big news. Have that massive PR, does have some potential if this deal does go through, but basically just is an offer as of right now. Put on your watch list and watch this one very closely. Now, that is all I have for the day's video. Let me know in the comments what other plays you're watching. Should have a video out tomorrow, and I will see you on the next one.